Hi.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. Long time no see.
Yes, sir. Long time no see. How are you?
I'm good, even though today's there are lots of rains in Korea in Seoul, so we are worrying about the
Mm-hmm.
flooding.
Oh, why, sir? Is it flooding in your area?
Actually, not my area. Actually, southern part of Korea, many people are
Mm-hmm.
suffering from the flooding, and
Oh,
some people are dead already by the flooding.
oh no. I'm
And
so sorry
so,
to hear that.
yeah, water forecast uh, tell us we have to
Mm-hmm.
prepare for more raining during
Mm-hmm.
weekends.
Mm-hmm. Is it raining right now, sir?
Yes, right, exactly. Until
Oh.
maybe until next week, we
Mm-hmm.
will have lots of rain.
Oh no. I don't like raining. Yeah, I feel lazy when it's raining. Even in our country, sir, there is a typhoon right now.
Okay. Typhoon is yeah, more dangerous than raining, but yeah,
Yes, sir.
up to you
Mm-hmm.
doing well and safe.
Yes, I hope so, sir. It's not yet raining, so there's still how many more hours before the evening, so I hope it will not really rain. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, sir Tay, what do you like us to talk about in our class?
So today, I'd like to discuss the number. Wait a second. The number. Mm, okay. 1218.
12:18. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wow, you
So,
are my savior, Sir Tay. I was
okay.
looking for this article. I cannot find it. You showed
Okay.
it to me.
Oh, okay. Very good. So,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
let me read the article first. Yeah. Energy is another word for power. It makes things move and machines work. It provides us with light, and we use it to heat and cool our houses and offices, to cook our food, and to transport people and goods. Almost all energy on Earth today comes directly or indirectly from the sun. Over millions of years, the sun has given plants light and heat, which they need in order to grow. When trees and plants decay, they turn into the fossil fuels we use today: coal, petroleum, natural gas, and others. About 85% of all the energy we consume today comes from fossil fuels. However, we don't have enough to last forever. People burn more and more fossil fuels, and eventually the supply will run out. They also pollute our atmosphere and contribute to global warming. So, over the past decades, scientists have been looking for other sources of energy to replace these fossil fuels. Some of these new sources of energy have been used for many years, like wind and water power or heat that comes from the earth. The international airport at Kochi in southern India is the first airport in the world to rely solely on solar energy. Last year, it won a top environmental award sponsored by the United Nations. 5 years ago, airport authorities started looking for new ways to save energy. At first, they put solar panels on the top of one of the passenger terminals. The initial costs were huge, but as time went on, solar panels became cheaper. The airport is expected to get back its invested money within the next 6 years. Today, over 40,000 solar panels placed on wide areas of unused land produce enough energy not only for the airport, but for large parts of the city itself. Currently, more than 29 megawatts are produced and output will rise to 40 megawatts, enough to meet the rising
Mhm.
energy demands of the city. In addition, the solar panels absorb as much carbon as the planting of 3 million trees. Kochi's solar-powered airport is only one of India's projects to increase the use of solar energy and reduce carbon emissions. By 2022, India is expected to increase its solar capacity to 100,000 megawatts. The
Mhm.
project has received attention from several environmental organizations. Especially
Mhm.
African countries are considering move more of their energy production towards solar power. That's all.
Mhm. Yes. Sir, this is really amazing.
Yes,
They
right.
were able to
Very
use
interesting,
the
yeah, article.
solar power in operating the whole airport, right?
Yeah. Actually, in Korea, we
Yes.
already,
Have you been to India before, sir?
oh, yes, right. I've been to India before, the Mumbai city. I went to the
Sure
Mumbai
thing.
city. So, but actually, I think India is the poorest poorest country I've ever visited. So there are lots of
Mm.
people are suffering from poverty, and then they are living in the very dirt, dirt and then risk dangerous environment.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh, because of the pollution, sir. That's why it is a
Pollution
very
and then
dangerous. Mhm.
yeah, poverty and then lots of um, crimes happen, and then
Mhm.
especially for women, there are
Mhm.
lots of rape cases happen
Mhm.
even
Oh.
on the public transport
Oh
station
no.
or on the bus. Even on the bus,
Mhm.
a group of guys
Wow.
raped a girl on the bus and then murdered
Oh
her.
no.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really serious, sir. I'm glad that you were able to come back safely after you went to India.
Yeah, when I went to India, I just stayed at hotel and then hop to hop to safe
Mhm.
zone.
Mhm. Yes, sir. And what about right now, sir? They were able to produce an international airport like this. Do you think the situation in India improved or not really?
In actually, India is a big country, and then there are lots of people, and then also India, their equity gap is very high.
Mhm.
So for high society people, then they have enough knowledge and then technology. So
Mhm.
yeah, they
Oh.
could produce or yeah construct this kind of
Mhm.
a solar airport as they want.
Yeah. Mhm. You know, sir, I saw a lot of Indian people. They went here in the Philippines to
Yeah.
study to become a
Mm.
doctor.
Ah, yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think many Indians are very smart, and then
Mhm.
many of them work in the Silicon Valley, and then many American IT companies
Mhm.
hire lots of Indians because they are
Mhm.
very good at mathematics and then IT.
Oh. Mhm. Oh, yes, sir. I agree with that. But I don't like how they smell.
Ah, yes, right. Because of yeah, they smell, and then
Mhm.
they live in the kind of society, traditional conservative society. So they
Mhm.
divide or categorize people to
Mhm.
four groups: highest, second, and
Mm.
third, and then first. You know that? So they
I
have
haven't
that
heard
kind of
about that, sir.
yeah. They
Mhm.
still keep the traditional way. They still
Mm.
in the uh born if you are born as a noble group, then
Mhm.
you are automatically in the noble group. But if you live
Mhm.
born in the first group, bottom group, then
Mhm. Mhm.
you have to live in that group. And then if you want to get married, then you have to meet in the bottom group people.
Oh, that's really interesting, Sir Tay. I never
Yeah,
heard about that kind of Indian tradition before.
yeah.
Mhm.
They are very
Yeah.
conservative, and then they are very discriminate each other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, they like to discriminate each other, sir.
Yes, right.
Mhm. Oh, okay. So, Sir Tay, let's answer
Yeah.
the comprehension question number
Okay.
one.
What is another word for power? Energy is
Mhm.
another word for power. And
Mhm.
number two, about
Okay, sir.
85% of all the energy we consume today comes from what?
Mhm.
It comes from fossil fuel.
Yes, sir. Very good.
Yeah.
And last one, sir, for the comprehension part.
Yeah. How many years ago did the airport authorities started looking for new ways to save energy? Actually, for
Mhm.
okay, let me check how
Okay,
many
sir.
years.
I'll scroll it up.
Fine. Okay. Let me check. How many years?
Mhm.
Sorry, I couldn't
Sir,
find the number.
it's in the third paragraph, sir.
Okay,
Third
third
paragraph, third sentence.
sentence.
Did
Okay.
you find it, sir?
6 years.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it says, sir, 5 years ago,
Yeah.
airport authorities, yeah, started looking for new ways to save the energy, right?
Okay. Let's see.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Now let's proceed to the discussion question. Can you read
Okay.
and answer number one?
Can you cite some ways to conserve different types of energy? Mm, so I can cite to improve recycle system more
Mm-hmm.
effectively. Even though we are using recycle system, sometimes that's not enough. And then sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
though, I think we can reuse wasted stuffs or products. So we
Mm-hmm.
can use that with more categorize it more detailedly,
Mm-hmm.
so we can
Mm-hmm.
enhance the reuse rate.
Yes. What about in Korea, sir? Do you also use solar energy?
Yes, right. Actually, our current government, is really working for this project. So we are
Mm-hmm.
reducing nuclear plants,
Mm-hmm.
and then increase solar panels all over the country.
Wow. Okay, I'm glad that you already started with this one, sir. I think in our country there's none.
Okay.
Okay. And number two, sir, Tay.
how important is energy in your daily lives? Of course, energy, the,
Sir?
it also means power. It's really important. So if you experience power out, then you cannot use your
Mhm.
smartphone, not only smartphone, and also lots of things, light and then cooking is
Mhm.
impossible. And also we use elevator or subway,
Mhm.
so we cannot imagine without power, without energy, light. Yeah,
Yes, sir. We will not be able to function properly.
exactly.
Mhm. Yes, sir. So, sir, okay, last one.
What would be different if we energy resources would be limited?
Mhm.
Then actually, yeah, about 10 years ago, our former government, former president wanted to save electric
Mhm.
energy more. So
Mhm.
they make some kind of limited time for air conditioner during summer season. So lots of people
Oh.
were suffered from the heat and then humidity, and
Mhm.
so that was really unhealthy for your life, and then
Mhm.
your life would be um, restricted.
Mhm. Oh, yes, sir. I agree. But I think it's important that each family will just have the uniform time wherein they
Yeah.
turn off their air conditioner, right?
Yes, right. Okay,
Yes.
so time is almost up. So I'll meet
Yes,
you in
sir.
10 minutes. Okay?
Yes, sir. See you after 10 minutes.
Okay, see you.
Bye bye, sir.